Am I overreacting for taking a break from my BF after he ripped through a whole turkey at our family Thanksgiving? My boyfriend, 28M, and I, 27F, have been dating for almost 2 years and living together for 6 months now. I met him through my friend at a house party and we immediately hit it off. He was almost exactly like a guy I wanted, extremely tall and huge, witty with jokes, kind and well-dressed. And he was absolutely buffed. We vibed throughout the party and exchanged numbers at the end. He has met my family a couple of times after we moved in together and they absolutely loved him. My grandparents host Thanksgiving dinner almost every year and we were both invited to it. I thought it would have been lovely to make him meet with them and my other family members too, since my uncle's family would be there too. He had to drop his sister off at his parents' house 2 hours drive, and picked me up from our house. It was in 1.5 drive to my grandparents' house. Everyone was happy to meet him and it seemed like they really liked him until we sat down for dinner. We said our grace and Grandpa carved the turkey, started to pass it around the table. It was a regular sized turkey like we have for every Thanksgiving, enough to feed 12 and still have leftovers. We were 10. Both of us were sitting at the end of the table next to Grandpa, so my BF was the last one to get it. There was still a lot of it left because everyone took only a little and would pass around again for more after some time. He placed it right next to him and started digging though the entirety of it. He was so profuse, as my nephew said later, gobbling it up. I told him quietly to go easy, but he did not listen. He started saying how good it was and my grandma had a huge smile on her face. He was eating just the turkey and my grandpa said, "Boy, someone really likes turkey." Everyone laughed, but it got to a point where everyone was talking about it. He did not take any hint and shrugged it off like a teenager. My face turned red from the embarrassed and I could see everyone judging us so hard. I could hear my uncle and his wife make unfunny jokes about it. It was finished without getting to anyone again with no leftovers. My BF is a gym freak. He spends ridiculous amount of time and money on working out, eating protein-rich meals, online courses, etc. He has a set protein limit that he hits every day, sometimes over it but never under. He also gets his protein from just the meals, no supplements, so he is used to having large meals. It has never been a problem with me and I respect his way of living, if not love it. We cook together all the time and if I'm not in the mood he happily makes me a meal for me. He won't even let me contribute in grocery expenses. Because of him, I started eating healthy and felt a lot better about my lifestyle. After the dinner, when we got into a fight while driving home, he said he had been driving all day and didn't eat anything after breakfast, so he had to hit his protein and that he wasn't enjoying it after some time and had to just shove it down the throat. I said if he was that hungry I would have happily made him a meal after we had gotten home, but now everyone in my family is going to talk about how you finish something made for the whole family. He had thought everyone took their share. What? He got really mad and said I'm blowing this out of proportion and overreacting over a simple meal. I snapped, saying how am I overreacting if I am just trying to communicate about what he did. It was an hour-long drive, so things got heated up. He kept saying I'm calling him a pig for eating like that and should probably get out of his life if it's such a problem because he believes he did nothing wrong and isn't going to change himself. He persisted on it even though that wasn't my point. I got so bad that he dropped me at a gas station in the middle of night and said, "Think about what I just did." I was terrified. I collected myself to call an Uber to my sister's house and sobbed the entire night. I told myself after a week things would get clear. He hasn't texted me, nor did I. I can see how I could have reacted differently, but I can't get myself out over the fact that he just left me stranded in the middle of the night. Am I overreacting or should I make a move on making things straight? One of OP's comments. Commenter 1. You made him feel like a greedy pig because that's how he behaved. You all tried to tell him gently to stop. I guess you should have been more direct. Kick him to the curb. Especially since he dropped you at a gas station in the middle of the night. Do you think he might be using steroids to get that angry? OP replies, I agree. I should have been more direct, but my thinking at that time was not to escalate it more and be discreet about it. I am not 100% on the steroid use. I ask him about how his workout was and sometimes give a massage if he is really sore, but that's about it. But lately he is getting passive aggressive. I just shrugged it off, thinking one of those long days. Commenter 2, girl, he left you stranded? Let's use our brain here. No matter how upset someone gets, you don't just dump them somewhere. Get out. Commenter 3, and in the middle of the night. Commenter 4, someone who doesn't take the whole family, or all the meals that will be made with turkey leftovers, into account is a selfish dud. Someone who force feeds himself half a turkey so he can hit his macros or whatever, even though he no longer wanted to and it was making him feel sick, likely has an eating disorder. Someone who isn't going to change himself is a bad partner. Someone who dumps you at a gas station in the middle of the night, on Thanksgiving, is abusive. You are totally in the right and should stay far away from him, even if he apologizes. So many red flags here. Glad you're safe from this dude. Commenter 5, reading this reminded me of the 6-foot sub guy on AITA a while back. Totally 100% selfish. A lot of people rely on leftovers from Thanksgiving in the week after. Update. Edit. Thank you everyone for all the comments. I did not expect to get this many reactions. It really helped me to hear other perspectives and seeing how naive I was. Here is an update of what happened after I posted this. I called him to talk about what had happened. The call was answered by a woman whose voice I didn't recognize. Yes, it wasn't his sister. I know her voice very well. When I asked if I could talk to him, she replied he is in a cardio session. I'll tell him to call you later. I was puzzled after this, so I waited for his call, imagining all the worst things, and it turned out to be right. He was cheating on me. He told he had been seeing her for a couple of months. She works as a coach in the gym that he goes to. I searched her up on Instagram and she is a fitness influencer with a lot of followers. He said she is a better match for him and will help him grow his career on social media. Yes, he has a fitness channel too, but with nowhere near the amount of followers she has. She had much better body than me. When asked why didn't he tell me earlier and ended things right there. He said he knew I would overreact and act emotionally immature like I am doing right now and wouldn't understand him. He has packed my things in boxes and kept them in garage and told me to collect it or not. He doesn't care and ended the call. I started sobbing uncontrolled. My sister was beside me and comforted me. She said his fitness influencer GF might not even know that we had been dating and he is running after her followers, not her. I started saying he couldn't do that and she replied that I'm in denial and he probably saw the opportunity on Thanksgiving argument and got rid of me, making me think I was the one that caused the end of our relationship. I'm taking my sister and her BF to collect my things this week and probably get a closure. I hope you guys like this video. If you did, make sure like, comment, share and subscribe the channel Relationship Drama Stories.